Hello everyone. Let me know that you can see me and hear me. We're doing things a little bit differently today, so I want to make sure that it's all good. Let me know. Hi, Christian. Okay, awesome. Yay. Okay. We had a few glitches when we were testing this out, so I got a little nervous, but we are live. Welcome, everyone. I am super excited. Actually, so excited that I woke up at 4 a.m. ready for this live stream. So you guys know I took a little break over the summer. My family and I went to 6 different countries. It was magical, transformative, so many downloads, so much inner work, so much new embodiment. And I feel like that first live back, I know other YouTubers talk about this too. It's like the first live back, it's like totally awkward. You feel like you've never done this before, even though like my soul was created to do this work and I've been live streaming for like a gazillion years. So I decided to just jump right back into my soul's work. And I'm doing it with launching this 3-part free masterclass series. It's basically me kind of redoing the masculine feminine energetics one, but I want to go a little bit deeper. I feel like I had so many more downloads and transmissions on this trip that I wanted to really bring to this training. So this is going to be 3 parts. The first part is today. Second part is tomorrow. Friday, and then Saturday is the third part. You definitely need to make sure you're on my email list so that you get notified of the times and all the good stuff. So you can get your free activation workbook, 21-day cord cutting exercise, and I also put a special training in there that is only available to Level Up Queens members. That is going to be offered if you join my email. Also, the homework assignments, like journal prompts that will be sent as part of these trainings will be emailed out only. So if you're not on my email list, definitely get on it. The link is in the description box. Okay. So in training 1, hi, Cece, Marie, Nicole, hi, I haven't seen you in a minute. Kristen, I feel like I'm seeing you everywhere. I love it. Lola's here. Welcome, everyone. So today we're talking about masculine and feminine energetics plus evolution, the next phase of human embodiment. If I look here, I can see your chat. So just checking you out. And what I want to do is in today's training, we're going to talk about my 4 stages and the wounding, the shadows, and gifts of each 4 of the stages. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how these energies, masculine and feminine energies, fit into gender roles. How does it fit into your brain chemistry? How does it fit into your hormones? How does it fit into the way that you're wired? Like basically going into the archaeology, like what it's been like. And then on day 3, we're going to dive into the evolution because we are the first human beings in existence to be mass becoming braided in both the feminine and masculine energetics in each individual. Like this has never been done before in this way. Of course, we've had 1 or 2 outliers in every generation, the superhumans of the superhumans, but it's never been quite done in this mass way, the way that it's being done right now. So this is why this work is so important, because if you want to be able to leverage, all of you and activate your full potential, you want to make sure that you are doing the appropriate inner work and the embodiment work to be able to live your best life. Okay. I believe that every single human being on this planet, male or female, wants to live a full experience of life. We want to have the really fulfilling relationships. We want to be healthy. We want to be wealthy. We want to live out our passions and create something meaningful on this planet that's going to outlive us. It's going to be our legacy. And so if we want to really do it in the way that makes an impact in today's world, we want to make sure that we are braided in our feminine and masculine energetics. And so that is what we will be talking about in this training. Right after this masterclass, I'm doing sort of like an after party for my Level Up Queens members. So if you are not a member yet, what are you waiting for? August is like, I have so many master classes coming in there. Like you're going to be mind blown. I'm going to be everywhere, like everywhere. So make sure you join that because I have a lot of exclusive stuff coming. Okay. So we'll talk about some deeper stuff in that as well. So I have 4 stages that I have been teaching you guys since 2019 is when that work was first downloaded. And every year it deepens. As I become more embodied, as I learn more, as I expand more, I add more to my body of work. If you have never heard this before, a great place to start will be my book, my Lady Balls book. You can get this on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, basically anywhere in the world. You can walk into any bookstore and have them order it from Ingham Spark as well. So you can grab my book. Also, if you sign up for my email list, there is a 4-part like training that teaches you more about my 4 stages. But basically there's the basic babe stage, self-aware Barbie, million dollar babe, and high-end divinity. So let's get into their wounding, shadows, and gifts. All right. Welcome, Level Up Queens. We've got new members joining. Okay, let me go ahead and open up my training. All right. So with the basic babe, this is sort of like the first stage of consciousness and the major wounding. And also, by the way, I'll give you guys the male versions too. So if you feel like there is a man or a woman in your life that could benefit from this training, feel free to share. This is something that I'm actually evolving in my body of work that I want to make this more accessible for men and women, because I have a lot of clients that say, Mina, I've been doing all this amazing inner work with you. What about my husband? What about, my son? Like, where do they go? And so I want to make it so that I'm inclusive of men as well. So with basic babes or basic boys, the wounding is inner child. Now, here's the thing that I want to say about wounding before we even go deeper into it. As you can imagine, there's different types of wounding. A paper cut can be a wound, right? But so can, like, God forbid, a gash on the head. So obviously there's different levels of wounding and it takes different things to heal them. For example, if I have a paper cut, I might be like, ouch, but I don't really have to do much. My body will heal itself. I don't have to like go to the doctor and show them my paper cut, right? But God forbid, if I have a deeper cut, I might need to assist it. I might need to put ointment on it. I might need to put bandages on it. And if it's even more of a deeper wound, then I might need to go seek out a specialist and seek like medical care. So there is different types of wounding. And I think sometimes it can be very scary when we hear the word wound. But basically with the basic babes and basic boys, there's an inner child thing going on with them. And, on the spectrum, depending on how big the wound is, it's going to manifest a little bit differently. But I'm going to give you all of the shadows, not all, there's basic babes have a lot of shadows. The lower the consciousness, the more shadows they're going to be. But I'm going to give you the ones that will help you paint a picture of what that looks like. So the shadows for the basic babe, okay? Now, some of these are female, okay? If you want me to go into the male, I can do that. Is the lack of self-leadership. This is number 1. So this is same for males and females, lack of self-leadership. They are not self-led. Because they have an inner child wounding, they're used to having someone to take care of them, or at least someone to blame. So there's this level of dependency, there's a level of victimhood, there's a level of lack of emotional intelligence. They cannot regulate their own emotions. It's the equivalent of a toddler throwing a tantrum in the grocery store because mommy said no to candy, okay? There's also an inability to think for themselves. Okay, of course, this manifests different as in males and females because of our unique, brain and hormones and evolutionary history. So a lot of their shadows can be doing harmful things that serve themselves when they're triggered, not realizing that ultimately they're also harming themselves. Okay, like for example, a toddler that hits their head on the floor to punish their mom, but they're also getting hurt in the head, right? So they don't really think things through. They don't have like a fully developed way of processing their emotions and their thoughts. They're also generally going to be people that jump on the bandwagon because they don't know how to process rational thought and think for themselves. They also feed a lot off of other people. So they get their energy from other people. They need someone else to help regulate them. And if they're angry, they might even attack that same person that they were using to regulate themselves momentarily. So those are the shadows of the basic babe. What are the gifts? Okay, so the healed version, when you've integrated the basic babe and you've moved on to self-aware Barbie, you're going to have the gifts. And the gifts are wonder, innocence, playfulness, surrender. Okay, because they do have the unintegrated version is obviously, dependency. The integrated version is that it's going to be easy for them to surrender because they do have this level of, ooh, okay, I'm showing up, I'm playful, I'm excited, I'm curious. So that is the all three: wounding, shadows, gifts. Okay, so with the male and female version, they're both they can show up. People might think that they're lazy is a label that might get, right? These are going to be the people that are highly dependent on the self-aware Barbies in their family, unfortunately. Like they're feeding off of those people. It might be financially, it might be energetically, it might be emotionally. And so it's like the term failure to launch comes to mind. Now, the thing with basic babes in your life, especially females, like males tend not to do that as much, is that there is this level of emotional aggression in basic babes. If they are triggered and they do not know how to manage their anger, again, these are the people that will bite the hand that feeds them and not realize that now they're not going to be able to eat. So there is this level of like not thinking things through and attacking. Okay. So depending on the wounding, these might be the inner work here might be therapy. It might be, a deeper modality. It might be medication for the extreme. So there is a range in all of these, levels, right? In all of these stages. Okay. Brianna said, thanks to my baby girl for telling me you're live. Awesome, Brianna. I love it. I love it when people do inner work together with their family members, with their friends. There's so many people that came at Barkat in Budapest that came with their friends or came with their sister. Oh my God, it came with their mom. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. Okay. So let's move on to the self-aware Barbie, and then I'll have time at the end for our Q&A for if anyone has questions. With the self-aware Barbie, the wounding is a disbalance of masculine and feminine energies, okay? And again, there's a range of how it shows up, okay? So there's usually for the women an over-reliance on masculine energy, even though their natural essence might be feminine. And then for men, there might be an over-reliance on the feminine, even though their natural essence is masculine, okay? And of course, because their natural essence is different, it shows up not in a embodied million dollar babe, million dollar man way, it shows up in a very like unintentional, not useful way. It's not graded, as we will talk about tomorrow. Okay. So what are the shadows of the self-aware Barbie? The shadows are people pleasing, overgiving, proving energy, inability to receive, inability to surrender, savior complex, sees others as incapable and feels like she has to do it all. Overuse of masculine energetics is the shadows of the feminine of women. With men, it can show up being overly passive, conserving energy instead of taking leadership. Oh, so you've got this? Okay, I'll just chill out over here, right? And if you are a self-aware Barbie married to a self-aware Ken, this is the guy that's like totally checked out on the couch and you are doing everything and you are exhausted and you're like, why won't this guy move, right? That's what can happen with that kind of a dynamic, okay? The gifts of the self-aware Barbie are, and this makes me so happy to say because this lights me up so much, is self-led. She has excellent leadership qualities. Not always in leading others, sometimes, depending on which phase of the self-aware Barbie, as I talked about in my Lady Balls book, but she can definitely self-lead, okay? She has a lot of self-awareness. Like this is someone that if you need to pull them aside and be like, hey babe, like, that's not cool. She's going to be like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like she'll get it, right? Like she's not going to attack you. She's not going to not be able to own her part of the stuff. Okay. So there is this level of communication skills, resourcefulness is a big one. I just did a training before going on my my wonderful vacation in the Level Up Queens, which you can for a limited time get for free if you sign up for my email list, called Resourceful, because the self-aware Barbie is so resourceful. She's a very quick learner. Okay, she's dependable. She's an overachiever. These are her gifts. And we love these gifts. Okay, that's what she brings to the table as far as the integrated part. Okay, everyone with me, let's move on to Million Dollar Man. Show Liz, welcome to Level Up Queens. Okay, let me take a sip of my tea. And then we will get into Million Dollar Babe. So when we're in Million Dollar Babe and high in divinity, the thing to keep in mind is that this is evolved consciousness. So at this point, the inner work isn't going to be huge. It's going to be deeper. You're not necessarily going to go wide, but you are going to go deep. And what that looks like in the Million Dollar Babe and high in divinity, you'll notice there's less shadows and more gifts. It's because the inner work at this point is going to be these minor 1% refinements, these like tiny, tiny, tiny tweaks, these like micro alignments. It's not necessarily going to like look huge as far as what you're doing, but it's going to have a big impact. So let's think of an example with the Olympics. Let's think of an Olympic athlete, right? They're not going, if they hired a coach, the coach is not going to be like, oh, let me teach you how to run. Like, no, I'm in the Olympics. Like, I know how to run, right? And now it's going to be this, like, the coach is going to zoom out and watch them do their whole thing and then zoom in and say, okay, if you know, when you run, if you move your foot from here to here, and then if you, instead of running like this, you run like this, like it's gonna be this like tiny refinement, but it's going to have a really big impact because that's what makes them the top 1%. And in fact, the top 1% within the top 1% is going to be those tiny things, okay? So what's the wounding of the Million Dollar Babe? The wounding is the inability to hold duality. Here's why. As basic as self-aware Barbies, what got us to Million Dollar Babe is our ability to hold focus, to tune a lot of things out, right? Like it's like we're not gonna get distracted by the noise. We're gonna stay in our lane. We're gonna focus inside our own body, our own pleasure, what we need to do. And because of that, because we're training in this new way, sometimes when it's time to go the next level, we're like, wait, now we have to deal with people that haven't done their inner work. Like, what? We have to deal with negative people? We have to deal with people that are like actually suffering and going through stuff? Like, no, I can't deal with that. Like, I've already overcome that. But the problem with that is that it brings shadows. There can be escapism. There can be a limited container to hold pain, disappointment, others suffering, painful world events, right? You remember the stage that I even went through. You've seen me publicly go through this in the last 13 and a half years. It's like, I don't watch the news. I don't listen to negative stuff, right? And so that's very much like Million Dollar Babe. But in order to get into high-end divinity, I'm going to have to learn to hold other people's pain. Because how can I really make a movement on this planet, change the planet, if like at the first sign someone's in pain, I'm like, go away. I cannot deal with you. I'm high vibes over here. Like, if you really want to get into the high-end divinity, you're going to have to learn to hold duality. And this is something that I'm really excited about teaching and bringing into my body of work. Now, of course, some of you might be like, well, I'm just here to get myself to Million Dollar Babe and get my romance going, get in my dream body, have like millions of dollars in the bank and living out my dream life. Like, I do not care about creating a movement. I don't really care about leaving the planet a better place than I found it. I don't really care about leaving a legacy. That's fair. That's fair. Like, if that's you, that's okay. Okay. Not everyone wants to do that. Or maybe that's not something that's been dropped into your heart as a desire yet. I know that was not my desire when I was a self-aware Barbie. I was like, just get me to like manifest everything and quit being triggered, right? Like it wasn't even in my realm. So that's okay. But if you're like, no, I've checked all the stuff, like manifested all the things in my own life, and now I know there's more for me. I know that I'm meant to create massive change, massive movement on this planet, then you're going to have to overcome those shadows. Okay. So what are the gifts of the Million Dollar Babe and Million Dollar Man? There are a lot. Okay. Braiding, meaning they can hold both the masculine and feminine energy inside of their body and use it appropriately. In fact, most of the time, you're not going to be able to tell. These are the people, when you look at them, and they're like feminine in 1 second and then doing the masculine thing. And it's so braided that you can't, if someone was to ask, is this person masculine or feminine? You would say when. Because they can move in and out of that field very easily, and men and women. And so it depends on the effect that they're trying to get. It depends on the dynamic that they're creating, and they can bounce back and forth. So there is a braiding, there is a level of being fluid in the energies, okay? Energy fluid ability to hold large amounts of pleasure in their body, okay, can hold more than one emotion in their body at the same time. Okay, so this is when we get out of the realm of whose fault is it. They move from the frequency of fault to the frequency of responsibility. Very different, okay? Also, in this stage, they go from self-led to like actual leadership. Like they can lead their family. They can lead their friends. They can lead their team. They can lead movements if they want to move into the high-end divinity, right? There's like bigger purpose there. Also, the gifts of the Million Dollar Babe and Million Dollar Man is a very strong intuition. They are able to achieve flow states where they might be doing the same amount of work as the self-aware Barbie, but be completely in flow and not burn out. Whereas the self-aware Barbie is like, oh, like I'm burned out, like I'm so exhausted. How is this person doing more work than me? And and like happy and glowy and pleasure. Okay. Also, they have a level of presence, which brings a level of magnetism and charisma. And of course, emotional intelligence is going to be through the roof at this stage. Okay. Everyone with me? All right. So now we are in the high-end divinity. Okay. Oh, I also just quickly want to mention that in the $1 Million Man, one of the shadows can be a heightened ego. And that's something to look out for, that the ego might show up. In, of course, women can have it too, but this is more, shows up in a very aggressive way in the masculine. Okay. High-end divinity, the wounding is going to be loss of groundedness. This is not for everyone, of course, but this can happen where your shadows are spiritual superiority, where you think, listen, I have it all figured out and you're just not getting it. Like you just need to zoom out, okay? And often they can be so zoomed out that they really can't understand other people. Okay. So when your family members or friends have something going on, you're not necessarily going to be the person that they call. Because, think of it this way. For those of you guys that know Eckhart Tolle, amazing, amazing, brilliant, high-end divinity human being, if I'm having a moment in my life, that's not who I'm going to call. Because he's way up there and I'm like way down here, like, right? I need someone in like the $1 Million Babe stage or the $1 Million Man stage to remind me of who I am, to help me plug back into source. And then if I go to Eckhart Tolle, he's going to make sense to me. Otherwise, it's going to be like, what the hell are you on? And you just don't get it. Are you even human? And so that can happen as a shadow of the high-end divinity. Okay. So what are the gifts of the high-end divinity? The gifts are that they can see the bigger picture of humanity. They do have that ability to zoom out, but they also need to be able to ground themselves to communicate that with other people. Okay. Like imagine if a 5-year-old, fell off their bike, God forbid, and they're crying and they come to you and you're like, listen, like you just need to zoom out. Like there, you have many incarnations, and in all these incarnations, like you're gonna go through different, like he just wants his boo-boo kissed and hugged, right? Like you need to be able to ground yourself to bring things to everyday people. So what are the gifts of the high-end divinity? The gifts are, I think that is what I was talking about, right? Can see the bigger picture of humanity. They make the best visionaries. They see the entire plan. They are not bound by time and space the way the rest of us are. They can create massive change in humanity that outlives their life. Okay, like we're still talking about Einstein. We're still talking about Mahatma Gandhi. We're still talking about Mother Teresa. We're still talking about Martin Luther King, right? There's people like that alive right now that we already know that we are going to be talking about after they are gone. Like we know that their work, their impact, what they're here to bring is going to outlive them. We just can intuit that, okay? So those are my 4 stages and sort of the wounding, shadows, and gifts. And this is important because what I do not want you to do with my work, okay? This is sacred. This is a transmission to help you understand where you are in your journey and what you need to be working on, right? And where you can do those micro alignments, those 1% tweaks. It is not meant to be something that you weaponize against yourself or weaponize against someone else. Like, for example, if you notice that your child is having a self-aware Barbie moment, like your daughter, right? You're not gonna be like, well, you're just being a self-aware Barbie, right? Like you're gonna help her by understanding and accepting where she's at. And you might tweak your communication in that moment. You might tweak your presence, the way you're breathing, the way you're dealing with her to help her bring her back to her $1 Million Babe. So also understanding that these are energies and these are consciousness. So at any given time, you might be self-aware Barbie at your work, but you maybe show up basic babe in your dating. Maybe you find a guy and you attach yourself to this guy and you go into dependency mode. These are just things to know. We are not broken. None of this is like, oh my God, I did all this inner work and I still have more. This is for people like us that love inner work, that love evolution, that love growth. And we are here to keep growing for the rest of our lives. Like there was this thing I used to say to Armand when he was little. I used to say, I'm going to keep learning and growing until I'm like 99 and on my deathbed. Like when he used to be like, you're reading another book, mom? And like he's 19 now. And to this day, he's always like, I've never met anyone else that's so dedicated to learning and growing. So that's just who we are, right? We are those people and we do it from a place of contentment and joy. So it's not like I hate my life. Let me grow. It's like I love my life and I wonder what's next. I wonder what I get to unlock next in myself. I wonder what I get to manifest next in my consciousness. Okay. So as you're hearing this, what's coming up for you? Okay. I'll take a couple questions and then I'll share with you all the exciting things happening in the Universe Guru world and all of the brilliant things that are coming out. By the way, side note, as you guys are typing that, since I was a little girl, for some reason, August represented a new year to me. I don't know why I was like that. It never made sense to me. I would see like January 1st to July 31st as 1 year. And then I would visually see the year changing on August 1st, and it would bring this new energy, like this heightened sense of renewal and dedication and energy that would come with it. So happy August 1st, happy New Year, because I am feeling all of the new vibes right now. I'll also open the chat at the end to everyone, all of my subscribers, for a few minutes, but I want to give my members a chance to ask the questions first. So let me know if something's coming up and then I'll open it up to everyone. Oh, I keep forgetting there's a lag. So you don't even know that I said that yet. Okay, just gonna relax over here, hang out. My notes and see if there was something else. Said everything I wanted to say for today. And then day 2, we'll go into braiding. I've definitely experienced this in all the ways. Yes. Yes. Inner work isn't always linear this way. We're always evolving, but sometimes if you zoom in, it looks like this, right? We can have self-aware Barbie moments. We can have basic babe moments, and we get to grow and we get to evolve. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm using a different software, so I'm wondering if I even know how to open up the chat to everyone. What's coming up for me is the fluid and flavors of these different levels of being. I love the beauty of it and being able to experience and express ourselves in this way. Yes. So I love what you said, Nicole, because it's so important to note that when we're in Million Dollar Babe, for example, or most of the people that are attracted to my work come in as self-aware Barbies and then start activating the Million Dollar Babe, right? So it's not that you're not the basic babe, but it's like you've healed the wounding and the shadows and you're now integrated the gifts. So we still want that level of like being able to show up and enjoy things and be innocent and have a state of wonder and be playful. Like all of that is the gift of the basic babe, that innocence, that aliveness, that like life force energy. It's coming from there, the word innocence keeps coming up, but it's definitely there. Yeah, so we still do we need the gifts. do not throw away the baby with the bathwater. There's nothing wrong with being a basic babe or a self or a Barbie or $1 million babe when you're in the high-end divinity. It just means that as you move up, you've integrated the gifts and healed the shadows. Yeah. Okay. So let me actually, before I open up the chat so we can incorporate that into the Q&A, I'm gonna share with you, I'm gonna go into a little bit of a shop with me because I have so many new offers, so many, oh my God, this trip, my family and I visited 6 different countries, and the consciousness, the downloads, the flavors, everything that came through, I have so much launching. Okay. So actually, I'm wondering if I could share this with you. Maybe I'll take a picture and figure it out later. But so right now, if you are new to my work, welcome. And I have a lot of content, 13 and a half years of content on YouTube that you can binge watch. If you're like, where do I start if I'm completely new to your work and I want to be able to chat with you, I want exclusive masterclasses that are not on your regular channel, then the first place that might be a great entry point for you would be my Level Up Queens membership. So as I'm going into this new level of embodiment for my work, so what's been coming through on this trip for me in the summer is that this is what God's been telling me. The past 7 years of my work has been practice for the depth that I'm opening up now. As you guys know, I'm a human design projector. And so with, and I'm a 4/6. So my actual deepest body of work doesn't even activate until after 50. All of this is, of course, still amazing, still great, still ahead of a lot of people. And that's why I have tens of thousands of testimonials. However, it's still all like a work in progress with humanity. And because I'm a 4/6, I'm transpersonal. So which means that any inner work that I do, it's not necessarily for myself. It changes humanity. My inner work impacts humanity. And so what I've been shown is that the past 7 years has been practice for what I'm creating now. That's why you see a lot of my courses I've archived and I'm reteaching them. I'm going to teach them with more depth, new levels of embodiment. I have a new terminology that's dropped in. So I'm super excited about that. And so if you want to kind of get a flavor and testing of that, Level Up Queens, I'm going to be doing a lot of exclusive masterclasses in there. Okay. So content that's not for everybody on YouTube will go there. And so that's $20 a month, US $20. And you can join that. Now, some people were complaining that their country doesn't offer YouTube membership. So what I've decided to do is the best of the trainings, not everything, but the best of the trainings that I love from Level Up Queens, I'm going to take those and I'm going to put them in my second membership, which is on my website. And that is called, so let me send you guys the YouTube membership link first. That's this in the chat. And so 99% Realm is my other membership. So this is a lower cost offer. Let me throw this in there. So the 99% Realm is going to be for people that are like, I want to experience inner work with you. I want to be a part of your world. I want to see what you have to offer, but I'm not ready to get into like a huge commitment with you. Like I want to test it out. Well, the 99 Realm membership is great because it's $222 a month and you can cancel anytime. And I don't like awkward goodbyes. Like I've been a part of memberships where this just happened to me recently, and I think I shared it with some of you guys, where I love this mentor. I've been working with her for many years, and I was in her membership. Our deeper container ended, and so I just subscribed to her membership so I can still be connected to her. Well, she completely changed her work. And she started teaching something that I'm not really that interested in, but I still love her. And so I needed to cancel the membership after my year was up because I knew I wasn't going to use it. I had to email her 15 times to get the membership canceled. And I was really kind of embarrassed because in every email, I was like, I love your work. I've enjoyed working with you. You've changed my life. And I need to cancel this because her work has gone more into like this one particular religion, and I don't want to go so deep into that religion. So but it was awkward. It was so awkward. So my memberships, both YouTube and 99% Realm, is where you just log in and you just cancel, and there's no awkward goodbyes. You don't have to message me or my team. I know you still love me. Like, it's not awkward. So I have that for you guys. If you are like, what the hell is the 99% Realm? I highly recommend signing up for my Money Come to Me play shop. Okay. In this play shop, I teach you all about the 1% realm and the 99% realm. And the best part is that you can take the entire $188 that you pay for a Money Come to Me, and you can use that credit and apply it towards the first month of 99% realm membership. So you don't like lose that 188. You get to the play shop and you can upgrade. Okay. And then you can see if you like it. So what's going to happen in the 99% realm is that every month you get something new. So the first month, which was July, you got my entire timeline jumping intensive recordings, which sells separately for $22.22. So you got over $2,000 worth of a course for $222, or some of you guys paid like $30 for it because you applied your credit, your Money Come to Me play shop credit. So in August, the course that's launching inside 99% Realm is called Wormhole, and it is going to freaking change your life. Okay, it is everything. Like it. And all of these courses, you can buy them separately, but it's going to cost you more. So you might as well just like, just might as well come in the membership and get all the things. Okay. So that's 99% Realm. The other thing that I have going on is my new course starts on the Lion's Gate portal 88, and it's called The Persecution Wound. Every single woman, unfortunately, I wish I had a magic wand, I'd take it away. Every single woman, unfortunately, is encoded with the persecution wound. It shows up as the sisterhood wound. It shows up as fear of being seen. It shows up fear of speaking up. And so we're going to go deep into what this wound is, okay? How to heal it, how to lead yourself through it. So it's a 3-part masterclass. Part 1 will be, what the hell is this? Okay. How does it show up? How does it impact your life? Sometimes ruin your life. And then part 2 will be, how do you lead yourself through it? What are the lessons? What are the gifts? Let me throw that in the chat for you. Okay. And then the third is going to be a nice, juicy, long Q&A, so that if this has been showing up in your life, how do you heal it? What I can support you. Okay. So you can buy the persecution wound separately on its own, or you can get it as part of Guy Knot. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Guy Knot. Guy Knot is my big thing that I'm launching in August. Okay, so Guy Knot is a 1-year course of study made up of 4 semesters. So the 4 semesters are entrepreneurship, which is going to be for everyone. So you don't have to own a business. Entrepreneurship is really self-leadership. So it's going to be for career women. It's going to be like, how do I lead? I'm a stay-at-home mom. How do I lead my family? Like, how do I lead my children? So it's really about having those like really great leadership skills and how to apply them. Because even if you don't have a business now, even if you're in your baby making stage, I talk about all the female stages in my book, okay? There's going to come a time where you're going to want to do something for humanity, or at least your children and grandchildren, right? So that's the first semester. Then there's alchemy, then there's love, and then there's manifestation, okay? Now, I'm testing this out. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but we decided to offer the first semester, which is Energetics of Entrepreneurship, on its own. So until August 7th, you can sign up for just the first semester, check it out, and then you can upgrade to the full kainat, okay? Full year of study. That's the energetic. That enrollment for that closes on the 7th for the semester. You can join kainat anytime as long as I'm still offering it, but you can't just join the semester anytime. So all of these links are in the description box, okay? Kainat includes the 99 realm membership. So if you have the full year, the membership is included. It also includes office hours, okay? I am contemplating whether I want to offer a version of kainat that's self-study. Office hours is basically where you can join me for Q&As, ask questions. There's opportunities for hot seat coaching if you need it. It's like more adding a mentorship element to the courses that I'm going to be teaching in kainat, so I can support you. Some of you guys loved it, snatched it up, but I'm sure there's people out there that are like, I like everything that kainat has, but I'm not sure if I need the office hours. So that's something I'm kind of thinking about, and I will maybe be polling my Level Up Queens members to see what's coming up. If you would be interested in kainat self-study for a lower kind of price, like we'll see where everyone's at. Okay, let's see, is that all I have? So one more thing I want to add about kainat. With kainat, there's going to be a lot of new courses. So you get existing courses that I love. It's like for right now, people who already signed up for kainat and the first semester, you already got over $10,000 of courses in your dashboard just as pre-work, like existing courses. But you also get to join in live for all the new courses that I'm launching. For example, the persecution wound, the duality course. There's going to be, anything in 99% realm will be included for you. Let's see what else. Oh my God, there's so many. I have so many courses coming up, like hundreds. Like I've been making notes. So you get to join in for all of those. And then at least for the first round. In the future, next year, when I relaunch this, I might make the courses, the ones that I love, just like digital, and then just do the office hours. So we'll see. But I'm in the play mode of it right now, which I love. You guys know I love play mode, where we're kind of just testing things out and seeing what just really works. I'm an emotional authority, so there's a lot of like testing and playing. Okay. All right. Questions. Let me see what you guys said. I think I did see them. Julia said it was the juiciest challenge to do the 21-day program during the most intense month ever, using the skills of my self-aware Barbie while romancing myself and life. I love that. I love that, Julia. Are you talking about the End the Struggle, 21 days? Laura said, I'm now dealing with the duality of wanting to help my sister with her depression, but get frustrated when I can't. Oh my God, I feel you on that, babe. It can be so difficult when it's people that we love, right? Sometimes what can happen with the self-aware Barbie is, as self-aware Barbies, we want to fix people, right? We want to show them everything we know. We want to teach them all the things, but we forget to ask ourselves, what does this person need from me? This is a big one. So the self-aware Ken, right? These are the men that you're trying to tell them how you feel and they're trying to fix you. And you're like, I just need you to listen to me. Like, stop trying to give me solutions. Well, the self-aware Barbie can do that too. So really just going into like deep contemplation of, what does my sister really need from me? I know I need her to just heal and be okay, because it's making me so uncomfortable that she's not okay because I love her. But what does she really need from me right now? That's going to be you expanding your duality. And that's tough. It's tough when it's people that you love. see. Julia said, I was so tired during Berkat that I didn't even stay to mingle at the end, but I wore my most precious dress for the first time to have your vibe, christening it into my new normal. Oh my goodness, Julia, it was so pleasure seeing you there, having you in the front row as a university bundle student. And this is totally normal. I've experienced this myself. We've had people at other intensives say this too, that they were so excited about coming and they showed up and then they were tired or they started feeling sick. Like this is our protector stepping in, right? Like that part of us that is uncomfortable with expanding or feeling like uneasy in new circumstances. Like I recently joined, I'm in like 4 different I'm doing like really deep inner work myself right now. I'm in like 4 different mentorship containers. And this last one that I just joined, I had so much resistance in my body. Like I cannot tell you. Like I dropped major money on this container and didn't even want to open it. And I'm like, okay, let's breathe through this. And the minute I showed up for it and actually opened it, it was like, oh, like this isn't gonna kill me. It's just gonna expand me. So I totally hear you on that. New things can be really scary. Nicole said, wow, after 50, I can't wait to see what that is going to look like. Yeah, Nicole, like I see the deepening happening and I'm like, there's a part of me that's like scared. Like, like, what is that gonna look like? I'm so excited about it. What else is there showing up for you guys? Hi, Mina. In which course can I find your spiritual bath? I believe that was in Divinely Sold, but that has been archived because I'm rerunning a lot of my courses. So let me think that through and I might maybe put out a new version. So let me make a note of that. Are you talking about like my water manifestation process? How I manifested this mansion? I'm adding that to my list. So glad you're this excited because that's how I'm feeling. Love you. Hey, Lenny. Yes, I'm super excited. I love August. Like August is such a new beginnings kind of month for me. So it brings a lot of creative energy. Fiona said, hi, Mina, you look so beautiful and refreshed. I can really hear in your voice too. Thank you for this video. Thank you, Fiona. I appreciate you. Free Spirit said, just joining now. Love the intensive in Budapest. By the way, I'm so happy that you told me your name, like your handle, because a lot of times I know people have been following me for years, but I don't know who they are in real life. Like I don't instantly sync that up. So I really appreciated when you said that because I recognized your handle right away. Like I know you've been following me for years. We have been communicating for many years. By the way, for those of you guys that have my Berkat course, the recordings of Budapest have been added to that. It's a bonus. So if you go and log in, you can see that. And oh my God, totally forgot to tell you this. Because we added the bonus recordings in there, I also put like a little flash sale on it. So you're getting 555 off of my Berkat course right now. So if this has been calling you, now is the time to sign up because you not only get the entire Berkat course, but you also get the 5-part recordings. Irfan taught with me. My whole family was there. It was so exciting. I had no idea that Arman was going to join us. It was kind of a last minute surprise. Arman was going to join us. I don't know if I said Irfan or Arman, but it was a last minute surprise. So it felt just so divine. I'm so grateful that my family was there and you guys were there. And I loved it. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It just reminded me of why I started doing this work in the first place. So all the juiciness is in the recordings. Ruby said, Mina, you inspire me with constant inner work. I want to recommend a potent inner work gateway to you that I feel is very aligned and affirm your new era. It's called Inner Engineering. I'm aware of it. It does not resonate with me at this time. Thank you so much for recommending it. I'm actually in four very, very deep and potent containers at the moment, so I don't think I have space for anything new. And of course, I'm teaching my own stuff, so my own body of work, my full business, my family. So I think I'm gonna just I've committed to the next year of what I'm doing. And so, but I'm aware, I think that belongs to Sadhguru. For some reason, it's not aligned. Uh, Okay, so let me open up the chat to our subscribers and see if you guys have any questions about what I taught and about the shop with me. And then we will move into our private members only live stream right after this. Okay. Julia said, I loved your fun speech. Also, do you still have vetting services available? I might need them sometime soon. We do not, Julia, but congratulations. That sounds very promising that you're going to need them. I do not at this moment. We'll see if maybe in the future we'll bring it back. Nicole said, I look forward to August. It's my birthday month. Happy birthday, babe. And for me, every birthday begins my new year for new intentions and growth for me. I love that. That is perfect. I love that August is your birthday month. What a fabulous month to have your birthday. Oh, it's also Kristen's birthday. Happy birthday. Oh my God, Armand's here. I haven't seen you in a minute. Happy, happy. Were you listening the whole time? This is so weird that it doesn't let moderators like be in the chat. You look at least 15 years younger. Subscribing to that energy right away. Thank you, Sonali. I appreciate that. I think it was this vacation. It was just really refreshing. Thank you. Hi, Alexandra. Hello, hello. Questions, comments? Happy birthday. We've got lots of August birthdays. Hi, Mina. Hearing your teachings about the shadows and gifts of each phase, is it common to feel like I go between across the phases? Yes. That's why I said inner work. If you zoom out, it is definitely like this. But if you zoom in, it's kind of like the stock market. Do not zoom in into the stock market too much because it's always going up. But if you zoom in, it's doing this. So yes, when things happen, it could be astrology related. It could be triggers. It could be sometimes we don't realize, but it could be the time of year. If you had something happen in your childhood in the month of July, for example, and every July you have feelings come up, it might be encoded in you. And so you might feel like you're totally sabotaging in July, but it might just be something coming up. And then add to that like a Mercury retrograde or something, and you're like done for, right? So it can happen. It doesn't mean that your inner work isn't working. You just have to, sometimes you need the ability to zoom out and see, like, generally, if I look across 3 months, 6 months, if I look at my results in my life, am I moving in the right direction? And by the way, you guys that have money, money, play with me, or money, money, play with me. Ooh, maybe that's going to be the next one. Money, money, come to me. Ooh, okay. I'm adding that as a Level Up Queens training this month. Money, money, play with me. But if you buy Money, Money, Come to Me, Armand actually created that course with me. It's our first course that we created together, and it made me so happy to do it with Armand. Like it was so fun. So there's a lot of trainings. What is it? 17, right? 17, 18 little audio trainings from him. And you could also sign up for his human design readings, which I will throw in the chat for you. So it's always special. Now I know how my mom felt when I got into the real estate business with her. Which course or online platform is inspiring you right now? Definitely Shirzad, my friend Shirzad. I'm actually going to be doing an interview with her soon, like a hangout. I don't like the word interview, but like hangout, because there was this course that I wanted, and I kept looking and looking and looking, and I didn't find anything quite like it. And I half jokingly mentioned it to Shirzad, knowing that she was more than qualified to teach it. And she was like, I can do that. I was like, you would do that course for me? So she created this custom course for me, which I think is going to change the planet. So because I just so strongly believe in it, Armand's going to take that course, Irfan's going to take that course, like we're all in. I'm actually going to have her on my YouTube to talk to you guys about it. Wait till you hear this course. It's going to blow your mind. I can't believe that I get to be a part of it. And I can't believe that my friend would create an entire course because I needed that body of work and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm so happy. Oh my God, Mina, finally, my name is, I hope I don't mispronounce this. I apologize if I do. I will do my best. Is it Lika? I hope I'm doing that correctly, and I'm so sorry if I didn't. I have been watching all your content for the past 4 months from your first video and want to see it until the end. I'm in 2022 now, all live and video. Oh my God, so you're going in chronological order? I've never heard anyone say that before. Because most people that find my channel definitely binge watch, but they will just watch whatever calls to them. I have never actually heard of anyone watching it in chronological order. So I'm so excited to hear what that feels like for you. You will definitely see the growth because your girl has been doing a lot of inner work. I'm obsessed with it anyways. Any questions about what we taught today? I want to keep the questions or like any of my new offerings, and then I'm going to move into my private live streams and the members. Yes, please. I need a human design reading. Armand is amazing, like chef's kiss, amazing, amazing. He's going to be able to, so if you want to start with a level 1 reading, but at the end, he'll give you a little glimpse of his level 2 reading as well. So you'll learn your like main human design, but you're also going to learn your quantum human design. So for example, my main human design is projector. I'm a projector, but my quantum human design is I'm a Manny Gen, which is so interesting because I've always been very much attracted towards many gens, and I can function like many gen when I'm like in the zone, I'm in the vibe. So it's good to know both. Teresa said, hi, Mina. I'm wondering if the office hours in Kainat will be recorded. They will be recorded, and you will have access to them for the year that you're in Kainat. But then, so there's going to be an alumni sign up process. If you sign up again, of course, you'll have, the new ones. But so you have access for the 1 year. If you only get the semester, the 3 month, then you have access to the office hours just for the 3 months that you had the semester, unless you join another semester or upgrade. I'm watching all of it, and yes, I have seen the growth. Awesome. Naira, the training that I'm about to do after this in members only will really help you. So it's about what happens when your desires or decisions disappoint people that you love. So that might help you. Can you go more into the persecution wound course? Yes. So here's why. So the persecution wound is also known as the witch wound. The reason I ended up not calling it that is because if you go on YouTube right now and search for the witch wound or the persecution wound, you are going to get a lot of brilliant, but a lot of very foo-foo content. Okay. I love foo-foo content, but what you're going to get is a lot of people talking about the witch hunt and past lives and stuff like that, but not anyone talking about what do you actually do in your life when it shows up? Like, what is like the actual movements? What are the actual decisions? Like, how should your energy be? So because this has showed up many times in my life, like the sisterhood wound, actual like the persecution, all of that stuff, being vilified, like my entire life, it has shown up at new levels. I have gotten really amazing at turning it into a gift, into a lesson. Like I go through my human process, like I might cry, I might seek support, like I do all the human stuff, but I have become amazing, like literally a genius at turning it around and using it for my betterment. And then from that overflow, using it for the healing of the whole planet. Because remember, I'm a 4/6 projector. And because I'm transpersonal, my inner work is not really for me. It looks like it. Of course, it benefits me as well. It's for the whole planet. So I decided to create this course where you're gonna get like I'm gonna tell you like the metaphysical aspect of it, but really your human is the part that's triggered when it happens. I'm gonna tell you what to actually do. And so that's why I created it. It's going to be great for any woman. Men might even benefit from it. Honestly, if this is something that shows up in your life where your family attacks you for your decisions, or you tend to attract people in your workspace that turn against you, or maybe you're an online creator and there's a lot of online harassment and bullying happening. I'm in a group right now with about 200 people that are all like being bullied and attacked and a lot of stuff happening. So I have not only firsthand experience in this, but I'm also talking to a lot of other people that are going through it at the moment. And so I thought this will be a great time to hold space for other people that might be going through this. It might also be if you're here to do big things. Like you already know that. You can feel it, even if you haven't started necessarily. This might be a course to take for you to prepare yourself, because as you get bigger and bolder in your desires and decisions, you are going to trigger people. Your mom might not like your decisions. Okay. Your community might not agree with you. Your team members at work might turn against you. How do you deal with that? We're generally wired as women to shrink when it happens. Energetically, physically, nervous system, there's a tendency to want to collapse around it, to hide. It literally feels like death in the nervous system. What I'm going to teach you in this course is why it happens. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of the metaphysical, how it shows up in your DNA, how it shows up in your body, in your nervous system, what to look out for in your life, how to prepare for it, how to lead yourself through it, how to extract the lessons from it, and then my personal favorite, how to let it make you rich. How to turn it where anything that happens to you, you're just richer and sexier and more romanced and just all the things. So that is what is happening in the persecution wound. But if you want to hear people just talking about the woo-woo aspect of it, I think that's great. Google it. You don't need the course. There's tons of videos like that on YouTube. If you're like, shit, this is happening to me, like, what do I do, Mina? Like, tell me all the things, come to my course, because this is a very grounded expression of the teachings. Thank you for not hiding and being strong and radiant. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm here to do good, big things. Like I'm in my full on high in divinity. So yes, big things are coming. Is the Savage Feminine course no longer available? Savage Feminine has been archived because in the alchemy portion, I will be reteaching it. So those of you guys that already have it, I will, once it's taught in Gynath, the new version, I'm going to update the recordings. Paula, the best thing to do would be to sign up for a reading with Armand, and he can guide you through that. I'll just throw in the link again. It's also always in the description box. Okay, let's see. What to do if you are in the $1 Million Babe and something big starts manifesting, but it's not quite there yet. And you are so happy, but also a little scared of disappointment. Thanks to you, I'm in this. Okay, awesome. So million-dollar babes know how to extract pleasure out of everything. So the big thing with the million-dollar babe is she is happy when the desire shows up. She's happy and enjoying, like during the foreplay, the vibrational foreplay stage, when it's not really here, but you can feel it. And she's always happy even after she manifests it. She can enjoy it 3 years later, 10 years later. She doesn't like take it and just throw it. And like, oh, okay, now I'm just like, that's like, I've been in this house now for 2 years. And I still look out at my view and like I'll have tears of joy. Like I will never ever get to a point where it will lose its wonder. I will never normalize it in a way that I don't have a sense of awe and just gratitude for having it. So that's what the million-dollar like stage really is. So are you really enjoying all the stages of the manifestation? Because it's all fun. It all gets to be pleasure for you, right? It's like, it's not just, that would be saying that you're not going to enjoy the dating phase. You're only going to have fun when you're married. Well, really, are you sure you know how to have fun? Because you would be enjoying it now as well, right? After woo-woo, now woo-woo. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to let you guys go because I am going to go live. Oh, wait, I missed a lot of questions. Oh my goodness. How did that happen? Okay, sorry, I'm not going yet. Let me answer these. Courtney, does that answer your question about the persecution wound? Let me know if there was a follow-up question. It's normal to purchase a course that you know will expand you and you don't want opening it. It's happening to me with your courses. Yes, as I shared with you my own story, it recently happened to me as well. Sometimes when our subconscious knows that there's something huge in it that is just going to change our life forever, there can be a level of fear that shows up or resistance. That could be one reason. Another reason is because you're not meant to open it right now. Like I've bought books and then I read them a year later. And then I'm like trying to buy it. I'm like, oh, I already own this book. It says I bought it last year. So that's also okay. I'm going to do a training actually on this in the Level Up Queens, where I talk about like the whole energetics behind getting our money's worth and like how I see it from like the high-end divinity zoomed out view. So it could be both. You need to tap into, is it fear, resistance? Like when I tapped into my energy with this course this training that I'm in, it was resistance. I was scared because I knew it was going to change my life. Amber said, I've been watching you for a year and want to say thank you as you helped me manifest the best man for me and the most peaceful life I've ever had. I'm still getting used to it. And congratulations. That makes me so, 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 so happy. Yay. Love that. I would love to hear more about your spiritual growth and that too with family around that don't necessarily share that view. So Selva, that's exactly what I'm talking about in the private training in members only on Level Up Queens right after this. Let's see, make sure I got everything. Inner work is fun. Oh my God, she said, you make inner work look so fun. So the way I see inner work is evolution that I chose, because there's like human evolution that we didn't necessarily choose, like we're the benefactors of it, and we're the beneficiaries of it, also the benefactors. Like we're creating a human evolution, but we also like, here we are, like our ancestors chose it. Well, the thing with inner work is that I get to choose it. I get to decide what I want to evolve into. I get to decide what identity I get to unlock next. I get to decide who will I become next? Like what part of myself will I expand? What part of myself will I collapse? Like, okay, this bit I don't like, this bit, yes, calling to me. So inner work is so fun. So, so, so fun. Welcome CXT, welcome to Level Up Queens. I love you, Mina. Which one of your courses is related to dealing with jealous mothers? The persecution wound, which starts on 8/8, will be a great place to start because we will talk about women again, like the sisterhood wound, the mother wound, like women against women, what that looks like, and how this keeps playing out in our consciousness until we heal it as a collective. So that would be the best bet for you. And that starts on 8/8, the Lionsgate portal. Okay. All right, babes. I will let you guys go now. And in like 10 minutes, I think I had scheduled that call. Let me see. When did I schedule? I don't care when I scheduled it. Actually, I might just like hop on now since you guys are here. Oh, yes, for 2, which is perfect because it's almost 2 Central Time. So I will go ahead and see you in there. I love you. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And everyone, I'll see you tomorrow live for training 2, Masterclass 2 in this series. And we'll talk about braiding and human consciousness and masculine and feminine energies. All right, babes. Bye. Bye, Armand. Bye, everyone.